Liberty Minded is a liberty think tank started by me and my friends, where we try to find the truth in the media rather than what is fed to you by the popular media sources on TV.
Well, our goal is to spread the message of liberty. We want to communicate this idea that people have the right of self-determination, that you retain your own rights to life, liberty, and property.
Without liberty, the government can force you to do things that you may not want to do or that may be against your own morals.
You either think that people are free to make their own decisions with their bodies, their money, their thoughts, etc., or you don't.
Liberty Minded is an organization that really looks at news from a liberty perspective. We don't look at it how mainstream media looks at it, where they group us into this box where you can look at it this way or you can look at it that way. Left or right, liberal or conservative, there's nothing in between. Well, there is something in between.
Liberty is the foundation of our great nation. It's give me liberty or give me death. And I think we lost that ideal a long time ago, and we got more okay with being killed by the state rather than fighting for our liberties.
There is a great test going on right now between those of us who believe in sound money and free markets and individual liberty, minding our own business, a sensible foreign policy, and those who believe we're supposed to be the policemen of the world and deficits don't matter and the welfare state will last forever. I believe we can win this argument, and we'll win it soon.
We want to talk about the philosophy of liberty, the philosophy of the volunteer market, and talk about why it's important and why they're not forgotten ideas. They're ideas that are fresh and that we should embrace.
Throughout our education, we decided that this is an important message and we need to spread it to other people. And we thought, well, let's make sort of a think tank and go from there and start spreading these ideas and educating people.
If someone's just getting into the philosophy of liberty, I would begin with more recent writers like Congressman Ron Paul, Dr. Tom Woods, folks from the Mises Institute and the Center for a Stateless Society like Jeffrey Tucker or Gary Chartier.
Frederick Bastiat, Henry Hazlitt, Ludwig von Mises, Murray Rothbard, Robin Kerner.
They lay a great foundation to learning the ethics and the principles behind liberty and libertarianism.
In Washington, they're still sound asleep. They don't hear from us yet, but that is our job, to hear from us and let them get the message what we need in this country, and that's more liberty.
Try to be as active as possible and really just defend yourself. Don't let things like political institutions roll over you. Just because they are a government institution, you think that they have the best in mind with you.
The concept of liberty is very important, especially since it's such a young idea. The idea that we need a huge state apparatus full of individuals, bureaucratic elites that we pay to then make decisions for us and then enforce the morality of a few of us onto the rest of us. Is a relatively antiquated notion, I believe.
If somebody does something that you think is wrong or unconstitutional, then say something, stand up for yourself. And that's, really the primary basis of liberty and, what our nation was founded on.
There are issues in this world and in our country and within our culture that can't be solved with a legislature. That things can be best handled through markets and through people working voluntarily.
And the idea that we are all self-determined, that we all own our bodies, ourselves, our work, is a new idea. And I think that if individuals embraced that idea, and that if we threw off the burdensome shackles of the state, that we would be able to solve a lot of the problems that a lot of people just throw up their hands and say, well, there's no way to solve it under this current system.
For someone that says that my views are out of touch, I would tell them that liberty is the very thing that allows them the freedom to do the things that they want to do and think the things that they think and say the things they want to say.
Our core values are very simple. Liberty.
The best way to help the cause of liberty is to participate in activism and not listen to what your mainstream politicians are telling you. Turn off the TV and pick up the books and coordinate with people, network with people, meet them, and rally and get together and talk about how you can communicate the message to others.